I don't know what polymath means, but it has the word math in it, and I'm not messing with it. Now, y'all know I had no idea what that word is. That's just rude. We're back again to play some games. We're back with Ikemen Vampire, and last time we went to go talk to Saint Germain or whatever his name was. We had to go talk to him, and then Leonardo interrupted us. And hopefully something exciting happens. Because I don't just want to talk to Saint Germain. I want to talk to Leonardo. Make sure you're following me on my social media. It's in the description below. And make sure you hit that subscribe and like. And we can get started. You listening to our conversation, Carmia? Feeling curious? You're the one who told me to wait while you discussed it. I can't turn my ears off. But it is possible to politely concentrate on something else so as not to overhear. Says the person who clearly overheard this conversation just now. Like, I'm gonna eavesdrop no matter what, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna listen to your conversation. Even vampires get nagged to hurry up and settle down. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. You have no idea, Carmia. He must be a pretty eligible bachelor to get offered even after death. You do realize your refusal to entertain the notion of marriage is why I'm constantly invaded by those influx of proposals. You don't even have to marry any of them. Just pretend to court one for a time, and the letters will stop. It's all very simple. Simple doesn't mean good, nor acceptable. Leonardo pulled out another cigarillo, as if to say he was done with the conversation. I pay for all your expenses, you know. And I pay for that every time you make me listen to you moan. They're both strangely persuasive, but that doesn't work on each other apparently. They're like, what's the word? Forget it. I forget. Must be pretty close though to be able to gripe at each other like this. Just as they were beginning to enumerate what was clearly a long list of each other's personal flaws, Sebastian cut in. Pardon, messieurs, but I have an idea. What idea? We write that the Master Leonardo has found someone, Lauren. He can court her. Wait just a minute. Courted by Leonardo? Only as a way for him to avoid the proposals, right? Unfortunately, the conversation shouldn't be continuing without me. Excuse me? Don't leave me out of the conversation. Laura will be returning to her time in 1 month, an act which frees her from the pretend engagement. Having recently been spurned, Master Leonardo will be given a grace period before the proposal begins again. Clever idea. Hold on, please. I haven't even decided if I'm staying here. Much less get involved with some pretense for his convenience. Leonardo should choose someone who... I choose you. Excuse me? Leonardo quirked a smile, and cigarillo remained in his lips, unlit. I'll take you as my lover, my companion, sounds like a good time. For you, maybe, and don't leave off the provisional part, please. There's no fighting him, is there? If I'm going to move this stone giant of a man, I need a colossus of equal stature. That is a brilliant idea, Sebastian. Et tu compte? Et tu compte? Lauren, Leonardo is not a man of, well, he's quite honestly, I can't recommend him as a prospective match. But he is an old friend of mine, and the man I trust most in this entire house. In other words, you think I should agree to go along with this plan? On my oath, I would not mislead you. Speak to the other residents. You'll find Leonardo is highly regarded. And if the two of you masquerade as lovers, you won't have to worry about any attempted bitings. It's worth it for the increased security alone, in my humble opinion. I'll personally make sure everyone understands you're off limits. They'll listen. I haven't decided. Did you hear that? She hasn't decided, Emily Comte, which means she hasn't said no yet. We've almost got her convinced. There's another benefit to pretending to be Leonardo's lover, Lauren. What? If it's not food, I don't want to hear about it. You would have a chance to study under one of the... I don't want to study. The heck? I'm out of here. You will have a chance to study under one of the history's greatest geniuses. We're studying? Exactly, what do you recommend I study? Why, anything. Leonardo's a polymath. He is the quintessential Renaissance man. I don't know what polymath means, but it has the word math in it, and I'm not messing with it. Not only do you want to be his lover, but you can study. The heck? No, that's so boring. I'm out of here. I'm sure he can teach you anything you wish to know, excluding perhaps how to be gracious to your longtime host. Lauren, this is a chance of a lifetime. You have to accept. Oh goodness, how I wish I could be in your place. No, you don't. They looked at me with anticipatory gazes. I've seen that excitement before, and eager travelers whose dream I'd help fulfill. On the other hand, planning an international wine tasting is nothing like agreeing to a fake relationship. But the benefits were real. Safety and a chance to learn something new. I'm not trying to learn something new. And I couldn't deny I was a little intrigued for my own sake. Alright, listen. I've decided. I'm not studying with him. I refuse. Alright, listen. I've decided. We discussed the particulars of my decision over several minutes. I exited Le Comte de Saint-Germain. Say the whole thing. A pimp named Slick Back. That's it then. I'm staying here for the month, and as long as I'm staying, I'll be pretending to be romantically paired with a man laughing beside me. Why are you laughing? Didn't think you would agree. And why not? Because you were scrambling out of my arms to run from this place just last night. I didn't think there was anything they could say to convince you. I'm a little surprised myself. But even if I don't trust this place or vampires, I trust people. I wouldn't do what I did. Try to make people's dreams of adventure come true if I didn't think they were worth the effort. I'm not convinced this is a good idea. I'm still not sure this place is safe. And, tell me. And you're still vampires, and possibly going to attack me or write me into an embarrassing short story while I sleep. However, I want to trust Le Comte and Sebastian and understand where they're coming from at least. And where's that? I'm asking so many questions. I can see the sincerity in his eyes, a real desire to make me feel safe. Le Comte said he felt responsible for me getting lost in this time. He didn't have to, of course. He just did. And there's more, yes? And when he knew I was scared and wanted to leave, he asked me for a chance to explain. That was very human of him. Though he and Sebastian were a little insistent about me becoming your as you call it. All they did was talk about the benefits it would bring me. They were pushy, but well-intentioned, I think. I see. Speaking of well-intentioned, Leonardo was tall, good looking too, now that I could see him in the daylight. He grabbed my arm, kissed me, picked me up, dropped me on my bed. I get the feeling your actions were well intended too, last night in hindsight. And yes, I see the surprise on your face. Don't worry, I'm as surprised to hear me say that as you. I thought maybe I could trust you too, at least come to understand where you're coming from. After all, we're going to be together until the sand in that hourglass falls. He looked at me without saying anything. I understand. It probably sounds like I'm a pushover, or that I'm just being nice. I know I'm risking a lot by not taking Licomte's offer to have my own place. You're not gonna laugh this time? Why would I? I hear the soft sound of the Italian countryside in his voice. I have no idea what that sounds like. It swirled past me like a rush of wind in my hair. I could never laugh at someone who's opening their heart to me. I can never laugh at someone who's opening their heart to me. Oh, I guess so. I'll keep in mind what you said. Now that it's official, welcome, Carmia. I appreciate the settlement. Thank you, I feel welcome. He seemed a perfect storm of willfulness and devil-may-care attitude, but he wasn't irrational. I saw in his eyes. I never know what you're going to do or say next, Leonardo da Vinci. He seemed to be a catalyst. Brought changes with him wherever he appeared. I felt it in his presence, strong winds that whisked me up and away. Yes, you're like a storm. Never go out in a bad storm, they say. Yet here I was, opening my door to a peek outside. Tell me. Tell you what? Leonardo stuffed his gloved hands in his pockets. His posture relaxed. He had that heavenly scent again. I thought I had traced it to its immediate source, but tobacco, old books, warm leather, fresh paint, the countryside, petrichor. My nose detected a new layer with each breath. I don't like those smells. I don't like any of those smells. Been wondering this since we met. You make a hobby out of staring at people, will get you in trouble. I didn't think I was staring. Staring's not the problem. It's your eyes, so clear, so questioning, so passionate. Like an empty canvas, makes me want to drape you in all my colors, as a good compagno would. His voice was low, a little intoxicating, and hearing it made my ears burn a little. Excuse me, Da Vinci? Someone's taking the role of lover a little too seriously. I'm afraid my pretend compagno is not going to be draping me in any colors. It's just a metaphor, like the wolf thing. Fill your canvas with information. Didn't Licomte say as much? That I could teach you anything you wish to know? I don't want to learn anything. Metaphor, right. Yes. There's no benefit. I already know all this. If you're interested in my skills as a compagno, I will always teach you a few things about. No. You answered awfully quickly. I'm gonna need to take out an emotional insurance policy on Storm Leonardo. Leonardo lit his cigarillo and with a puff started to walk away. He stopped after a few steps, seemingly remembered something. Actually, I had to set something down first, just to keep things safe. Leonardo, his side story. There was a girl. Her name was Lauren. So this is from his point of view. There was a girl. Her name was Lauren. Yesterday evening, she wandered into this mansion, and I could not get back out. Last night, she decided to escape. This morning, she decided to stay. The reason being that after talking to Ikemen, I agreed to protect her, masquerading as her compagno, her lover. I really didn't think she agreed to that. People rarely surprise me anymore. She's curious. She's a curious one, this Kara. Curious and interesting. She cares, but not about propriety or appearances. I laughed. Why are you laughing? She's also adorable. I know. One was frowning at me, but it only made her cuter. Didn't think you agree. And why not? Lauren looked puzzled. I thought back of last night when we were in the library. This mansion is full of hungry vampires. Yes, I was trying to run. I'm trying to get somewhere safe. Ah, so that's why you're running. So that's what you're running from. I was worried that might be it. In any case, I'm not staying here any longer. Goodbye to all of you. You shouldn't go out alone. It's dangerous outside. Take this. Don't try and stop me, vampire. Because you were scrambling out of my arms to run from this place just last night. I didn't think there was anything they could say to convince you. I'd already heard my overprotective old friend offer her a house in the city with all her needs taken care of. Despite that, she chose to stay. I'm not sure why she made this choice. This house was a den of vampires. She'd call it right the first night. Even if these pups weren't that dangerous, mostly, there were plenty of vampires who only saw humans as food. I'm not convinced it's a good idea. I'm still not sure this place is safe, or that all of you are in your right minds. And, tell me, and you're still vampires, and possibly going to attack me or write me into an embarrassing short story while I sleep. Legitimate fears. But when she put it that way, being... Now y'all know I had no idea what that word is. That's just rude. That is rude to make me try to read that. Being idiosyncratic is nearly as bad as being bloodthirsty. However, I want to trust Ikemen and Sebastian. I understand where they're coming from, at least. And where is that? She trusts them, though they're strangers. Ikemen said he felt responsible for me getting lost in this time. He didn't have to, of course. He just did. And there's more, yes? And when he knew I was scared and wanted to leave, he asked me for a chance to explain. That was very human of him. Though he and Sebastian were a little insistent about me becoming your compagna provisoria, as you call it. All it did was talk about the benefits it would bring me. They were pushy, but well-intentioned, I think. I see. She was not naive about her situation. She evaluated everything we said, then chose the best option for everyone. And she places value on people's civility. Trust, it's easy to speak of, hard to deserve. You can even mislead yourself into trusting the wrong things or people. When your heart is broken, it will be broken, and it's all the harder to trust again. Curiously, losing that trust doesn't hurt less. I see it in her eyes. She knows the risk of trusting people. She believes in spite of that. I'm tired of that word. My compagna provisoria is actually rather fascinating. Speaking of well-intentioned, Lauren gave me that evaluating look. I've always been drawn to eyes trying to capture the way they interact with light. Hers were charmingly bright. I get the feeling your actions were well-intentioned too. Last night, in hindsight. Did you figure me out that quickly? I thought maybe I could trust you too, at least come to understand where you're coming from. After all, we're gonna be together until the sand of that hourglass falls. She's very fascinating. I like things that pique my interest. I always do have a soft spot for them. This curious woman, suddenly I want to know more about her. Surprise me, little Storm. We're both calling each other Storm. That's that little pet name, Storm. Responding to my unspoken request, she went from frowning to mystified. You're not gonna laugh this time? Why would I? I can never laugh at someone who's opening their heart to me. Oh, well, I guess so. I'll keep in mind what you said. Now that's official. Welcome, Carmia. Thank you. I feel welcomed. Her eyes didn't leave mine. It was in her eyes I first saw when I awoke in that hallway. I felt like I had seen them before. Not in my memories, in my heart. I'm helpless before those eyes. Tell me. Tell you what? She blinked, but even then the spell she cast on me wasn't broken. I let it take me. Been wondering this since we met. You make a hobby out of staring at people? Will get you in trouble. I didn't think I was staring. People should be happy to have your eyes on them. It's a problem for me, though. Staring's not the problem. It's your eyes. So clear, so questioning, so passionate. Like an empty canvas. Makes me want to drape you in all my colors, as a good Campagno would. I don't want to leave your sight for a second. I don't know why, though. And that thought seems strangely familiar. Read it on an old book, but my mind was too consumed with Lauren to go searching for memories for it. I'm afraid my pretend Campagno is not going to be draping me in any colors. I'm not sure about that. I've already made your cheeks red. Are my cheeks red? Are my cheeks red? I think I'm going to enjoy this. Would she have blushed more if I said that out loud? I'll have to find out next time. Lauren shot me a challenging look, and that too stirred something in me. Something very much like passion. 1 month, 30 days together. No idea what would happen, and I liked it that way. Typically, the longer something lasted, the more predictable it became. This encounter had a set end. All the more reason to enjoy it. A month with my compagna. An excerpt from the recently discovered Codex de Saint Germain on beginnings with fixed goodbyes. Okay, that was a side story. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do those again. It's just retelling the same story, just from a different point of view. It looks like I'm in a pretend relationship with Leonardo. We all know where those go. They start off fake. We've all read those fan fictions. They start off fake, but they end up real. That was interesting. So I think next episode we'll finally like really get to dive into Leonardo's root, and hopefully I can stop saying Saint Germain or whatever his freaking name is. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will make sure you follow me on my social media. I'll put in the description below. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.